How does the Secret Service choose which hospital to go to during a presidential emergency? It's called the primary hospital designation, and it's chosen before the president leaves the White House. I started looking into this after the events in July, and here's what I've learned. I'd love to hear from you if you have more knowledge about this. The White House physician assistant, also known as the tactical medical officer, helps to select this hospital. This is information from the U.S. Army Physician Assistant Handbook. Tactical medical officer is part of the White House Medical Unit, which takes care of the president, vice president, and their families. In this position, the White House PA develops medical contingency plans for any emergency situation. They also conduct on-site and remote assessments of the primary hospitals. The physician assistant, who is the chief of operations, also is responsible for primary hospital selection. So how do they choose? The hospital will need to be a level 1 trauma center. A level 1 trauma center is the highest level of care. Level 1 trauma center has in-house general surgery, as well as access to all the specialties, including neurosurgery, anesthesia, and critical care. The primary hospital is picked for every presidential visit. Here's an old paper I found about a primary hospital in the 1970s preparing for a visit from President Carter. There were some interesting insights. They said plan for an emergency or disaster, and that the Secret Service was no help in the planning. They say you can expect a telephone call about 10 days before the visit, notifying you that you are a primary hospital. 1 or 2 days before the presidential visit, the Secret Service will visit the ER and the OR to get oriented with the hospital. They said the best way to monitor the presidential movements was to watch the news or listen to the radio. In 2024, you might want to add social media to that. They also say to plan for patient overflow and to contact 2 other hospitals to be prepared. In 2024, hospitals are still prepared to be the primary hospital. You can see here as an example from Las Vegas. The CEO of University Medical Center in Las Vegas talks about how their hospital prepared for a presidential visit in July. In my experience, when a hospital is the primary hospital, they will often shut down or reserve an operating room with the OR staff available in case that OR is needed for the president later. It's a very unique experience when you're trying to schedule a surgery and you're told you can't use that operating room because it's reserved for the president. It's not something you hear every day. In summary, there's a lot of planning that goes into selecting and vetting a hospital for a presidential visit. If you know more about this process, I'd love to hear about it. Drop me a message in the comments.